everyone! It's been a while since I've told a story of an embarrassing moment, so I thought I'd tell you one today from my days as a theatre kid. Now, for those of you who don't know, I used to do musical theatre productions, and things go wrong on stage all the time. If you don't see something going wrong on stage, it's probably because the actors have found a good way to cover it up. But these things definitely happen all the time. They tend to fall into a few different categories. You've got the scary mishaps, the funny mishaps, and the painful mishaps. And this one today was definitely painful, so I hope you enjoy. After my first big show, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, I was ready to move on to Jesus Christ Superstar, which was being put on by a local theatre company. Now, this local theatre company had an adult cast, so I was realistic about my chances of being the female lead. It wasn't going to happen, but I was absolutely thrilled when I was asked to play Leper Number 2. For those of you who aren't familiar with the show, Leper Number 2 isn't the most desired part in the world, but I was so happy. I was dressed as a poor disease-ridden woman who needed Jesus' help to be healed, but it meant that I could be part of the adult cast for one of the scenes. I had my own solo line, I had my own microphone, and I had a chance to show that I could hang with the adults. The leper scene in Jesus Christ Superstar is basically where all the poor people flock to Jesus and ask for his help. As Leper Number 2, I was one of the first people on the stage, and I was right next to Jesus, right in the middle of this scene. Now, if you've ever seen a celebrity kind of walk into a public place and meet their fans, that was basically the effect we were going for here. Jesus was right in the middle, surrounded by people, and I was basically right next to Jesus. So it could be a little bit overwhelming being part of such a frantic scene right in the middle, but ultimately I knew that it wasn't going to get out of control and that I was going to be okay. At the end of this big crowd scene, the stage would plunge into darkness, and starting with the people nearest the sides of the stage, everybody would get up and exit. At the same time, a stagehand would also run past with a black curtain in order to get ready for the next scene. One night, as I was just getting ready to leave the stage, I was in a kneeling position, just getting ready to stand up, when the stagehand went past with the curtain and his knee collided with my cheek. And I found that incredibly painful. He also found it painful, I think, because he swore right there on the stage in the middle of everything. And then we both quickly got off the stage and never spoke about it again. To this day, I have no idea which stagehand it was that ran into my face in the dark. Now, that's incredibly funny to me, especially as it's the same stagehands that tend to be at each show. So guaranteed, I've probably spoken to this guy at some point again, and I have no idea who he is. He probably doesn't know who I am. I don't know if anybody's told him. But yeah, we were just like run to face buddies, and we've never spoken about it. When I was walking back to the dressing room, my face was throbbing, and it must have only been a couple of minutes since my face had collided with that knee, but by the time I got back to the dressing room and looked in the mirror, my face was already bright purple on this side. Now, stage makeup is bright orange. It pretty much conceals any minor flaws in that, but you could see right away that something had happened to this side of my face. So they very quickly and very gently covered this side of my face up with more makeup in order for it to look the same as this side of my face. So this side of my face was totally caked, this side was totally normal, and it took forever to take off at night, but I guess that's what I get for running into people's knees. And that concludes the story of the time somebody ran into my face. Are any of you as clumsy as this? Has anything like this happened to you? Has anybody ever ran into your face? Because I didn't think that was something that was possible until this happened. I'd love to hear your stories down below. Please let me feel a little less clumsy. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Cheerio. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you're in the mood to hear another theatre mishap story, my one from Joseph is up here if you haven't seen it already. YouTube is suggesting a video you might like over here, and my subscribe button's over here if you'd like to stay up to date with my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Cheerio. And we're done.